I am 15 now, and my life was hell until I turned 12. No exaggerations. Let me tell you why. The thing is, my parents were in a real sect. They didn't allow me to watch TV, use gadgets, eat sweets. There was a ban on revealing clothing. But what kind of revealing clothes can a little child have? So, I wasn't allowed to wear shorts, leggings, jeans. I always wore long skirts and shirts with long sleeves, even in summer. When a friend of mine painted my nails with a translucent varnish, my mother slapped my face and said that I was guided by the devil and sin lived in me. I didn't even know what sin was at the time. I was 8. I just knew I did something awful. In addition, religion prohibited our family to celebrate common holidays. We had holidays of our own. We would go to commune where a bunch of adults sang dull songs and kids stayed on a bench feeling bored. So I didn't have any Christmas tree or birthday presents when I was little. Whenever there were celebrations or shows in my school, my dad would come and take me away. Of course, my classmates were bullying me. They called me a sectarian, a freak, a Satan worshiper. Weirdly, girls would make fun of me more often than boys, so I didn't have any friends. When I turned 10, my mother told me that I was old enough to start saving the lost souls. It meant preaching our faith in the streets and giving out religious leaflets. Once, when I was preaching, boys from my school approached me and started pushing me. I dropped all my leaflets into the mud and fell. The boys left, and I was sitting there and crying because I knew that my parents were going to scold me for spoiling the leaflets and smearing my clothes. Then, everything went crazy. Our commune was banned from the place where we used to gather, and everyone started gathering at our house. Some 70 to 80 people were coming several times a week to our 3-bedroom apartment. Actually, there was someone every day of the week. I had to wash the floors a few times a day. I wish it had continued like that, though. Once I heard my dad say that all the bans and complications were a sign that we had to leave the city and found our own commune somewhere in the forest. It wasn't supported by everyone, but some people agreed with it. I was terrified, thinking about living in a forest. Where would we get water? What would we do without electricity? Did it mean I was going to leave school? I asked my teacher if I could use her phone and wrote a message to my aunt, my mom's sister. My parents avoided her and didn't allow me to see her because Aunt Sally wasn't a believer. Once, she gave me a piece of paper with her phone number and a note. "Valerie, if it gets too hard, call me." Aunt Sally came in a week, entered our apartment, and made such a racket that even my parents felt confused. She said that my mom went mad since she was living with that bigot, and even if she liked it, she had no right to ruin her daughter's life. In the end, Aunt Sally said, "I'm going to take Valerie with me. She will be better off with me." She turned to me and said, "Go pack your stuff." I stuffed everything I could find into an old bag and ran out of the apartment. I was afraid that my father was going to chase me. Weirdly, my parents let us go. I was 12 years old. My life changed drastically. Aunt Sally and her son Matthew are normal people. Hang out on the internet, decorate a Christmas tree, buy a cake for my birthday. For the first time in my life, I am happy. My parents actually went north to found a commune in a forest. I don't know how they are doing. They aren't using phones or internet, so I cannot message or call them. I just wish I knew how they were doing. But I definitely don't want to live with them anymore. If you enjoyed my story, like it, subscribe to my channel, and watch other stories.